Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. Now, Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, is asking the Chairman, Nigerian Governors Forum, and Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari to emulate the example of Senate President Bukola Saraki and make a clear public commitment that the Governors Forum and all governors will take immediate steps to abolish double emolument laws for former governors and deputies in their state. The Senate President, in a tweet, said he inspired the passing of the bill by the Kwara State House of Assembly to suspend payment of pensions to former governors and their deputies when they hold a public office, and called on other state assemblies to take a cue from Kwara and pass similar laws in their state. We have the Executive Director of SERAP here, Mr. Adetokunbo Mumuni. Thank you so much for your time on the program tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.
Let me get your quick reaction on the issue of the Egmont Group. What do you think is the quick fix to this problem that looks like an impasse between some of the lawmakers?
Let me situate it in the context of somebody says, I want to belong to a group. The group will have rules by which it operates fully. And you don't just go into a group and start doing things in a manner that members of the group will not approve. So if the purpose and the basis for going to the group, the Egmont Group, is that we do things in the way and manner other people in civilized world do it, we better be ready to abide by their rules. Now we go into a group, we are suspended. The benefits that were supposed to be derived from belonging to the group is not being derived. We are now being threatened with expulsion. That to me will not be fair.
Is the suspension a dent on the anti-corruption war?
It will be. It will be. Because
I mean, the expulsion could mean what? What could be the implication of that?
You see, a lot of things may happen to Nigeria. It may be because we are not part of that group. A lot of people who want to invest, direct foreign investment in Nigeria may not want to come because they will think we are not doing things according to normal, sane standard. And that to me will not be fair.
Let's go to one of the major issues which we called on you to give your interventions tonight. It's the fact that what is the problem when someone has started as a governor, has been elected as a senator, and is a minister, and your group thinks that the person cannot have these two pay? I mean, the man has worked as a governor. Yes. The law says you should give him pensions. Yes. So what exactly is it a moral issue or a legal issue?
Let me say this. When you are in a public office, you are supposed to do things not only in a manner that is according to law, in a manner that is consistent with ethics and morality. For instance, we know that in Nigeria now, in a lot of states that said we have passed this law, they are not paying salaries for existing workers. They are not paying pensions for those that are due to pensions. And you now say, in the midst of that, about 40 billion naira had already been collected in that respect for these former governors, former deputies. Now,
for those who are serving as ministers, we have about 4 or 5 of them in the cabinet right now. And you said about 4 or 5 of them in the president cabinet are collecting emoluments right now as former governors?
Yes. You see?
Because someone like Dr. Fayemi actually contested it. He said he does not collect. He was a former governor of Ekiti State.
It is a law that is in existence in Ekiti State. He was the one that signed it into law. He was the one that gave his assent. At first, the minister was talking about lawsuit. We never denied what we said. But the truth of the matter is this. Pensions, correct. But will you, in all honesty, be acting legally to collect your entitlement as senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and also be entitled to collect pensions as former governor? You say you don't draw both ways.
But if the law says they can get this money, you are just talking on the basis of morality, isn't it? But morality is not known to law.
No, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Is there any law that says that they cannot collect double pay?
No, what they did in the exercise of their powers as governor was to use the power of legislation to favor them unjustly. It doesn't make sense. The thing is not even sustainable. You cannot be collecting this type of FT emolument. Have you seen the various laws passed by this state?
All right, let's show our viewers some of these laws. Let's begin with Lagos State. What the law says about former governors and what is accrued to them. For example, in Lagos State, a former governor in Lagos State has this benefit. He could get 2 houses in Lagos and another one in Abuja, estimated to cost between 500 million and 700 million. 6 brand new cars every 3 years, furniture allowance of 300%, close to 2.5 million as pension, free medicals, 10% house allowance maintenance, 30% car maintenance, 10% entertainment, 20% utility, several domestic staff. We are not saying when they are in office, we're saying when they are out of office. So if you look at Rivers State, this is what is accrued. Let's go to another state, Akwa Ibom State. This is Rivers State for you, 100% of annual. Okay, yeah. This is another one, Akwa Ibom State, 200 million annual pay to ex-governors and deputies, pension for life, a new official car and utility vehicle every 4 years, 1 personal aid. That's one state. Let's go to another one, perhaps. Let's see what happens in the north. Perhaps Kano State. Kano State, 100% of annual basic salaries for former governor and deputy. I mean, if you look at all of these issues, this is what is accrued to them. But is there any federal law which says that these people cannot get these monies or this benefit?
That is why we said the Attorney General of the Federation should serve as the conscience of the nation in matters of this nature. He should seek a court, he should file a court action challenging the legality of these laws. You see, when you say you have a right to a pension, you don't have the right to collect salaries again. When you say you are a former governor, that is saying you are not in any public engagement as a former governor. But now as a former governor, you are a senator. You receive emoluments of a senator. You understand? You are a former governor. You are now a minister. You want to claim for as a former governor and a president's salary as minister.
Let's finalize the conversation tonight. And in 30 seconds, Mr. Mumuni, if this goes on, what would you do in 30 seconds?
As a matter of fact, we are already in court. I think the last time we had was we were given the leave to proceed with the matter, that the Attorney General should be compelled to file a legal proceeding in this matter challenging all these laws.
Wow. Well, we must leave it at that. Perhaps we will follow up and see how this all goes. Mr. Adetokunbo Mumuni, thank you so much for your time on the program.
It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. Mr. Adetokunbo Mumuni is Executive Director of SERAP. And that's how far we can go on tonight's program. Many thanks for being part of it. I'm Sean Kimbaloe. Bye-bye.